having a strong why will keep you motivated. It will keep you going. Having a strong why will help you see what others do not see. Vision is a powerful thing. Welcome everyone to Future Fit. This is our 12th episode and we're going stronger than ever. Future Fit is all about equipping you to design and create your empowered future. We want to live life by design. We don't want to live our life to chance. We want to live life by design, not by default. So Future Fit is all about equipping you to do that. Have a great show lined up for us today. Have a lovely guest, Michelle Dowsett. I'm going to be introducing her in a minute. So today we're talking about our big why. Why do we do what we do? Why don't we do the things we don't do? I think to get that answer, there are two things that you need to bear in mind. One, your purpose, and two, your values. I am a big advocate for purpose. I really believe that everybody, every single person on the face of the earth has a purpose. We're not here by accident. We're not just here making up the numbers. We're not just taking up space. Every single one of us has a purpose on the face of the earth. Just think about everything in the world. Everything in the world has a purpose. I understand even the ants have a purpose. Everything, just think about things that we create. You don't create something and then you start to wonder, now I've made this thing, what am I going to do with it? No, in your mind, you already have an idea what you want to make because you want it to achieve something. So when you create a microphone, it's to amplify people's voices. When you create a car, it's to help us get from A to B faster and in comfort. So everything we create has a purpose. If man, when we're creating, we have purpose on our minds, how much more God, the Almighty God who created everything? He has a purpose on his mind. I'm a person of faith, so I believe in creation. I believe in God. You might not, but you can see that what I'm saying is true. Everything has a purpose. Even if you don't believe in God, man is the highest, most intelligent being on the face of the earth. If everything else has a purpose, the sun, the moon, the stars, if everything else has a purpose, surely man, the most intelligent being on earth, we have purpose. So I think your purpose and your values will determine your why. If every one of us has a calling. Every one of us has a calling. Your calling might be into law, yours might be into medicine, but every one of us has a purpose and a calling. Life is meaningless without purpose. It's purpose that gives life meaning. And something else I want to say about purpose is purpose evolves. So let's not complicate things too much, because sometimes when you're talking about purpose with people, like I say, I'm very passionate about, helping people discover their purpose. And sometimes you're talking to people and they get all hung up on that word. We interact with that word as if it's so far-fetched. Where do I go and find my purpose? But it really isn't that complicated. Just think about the word passion. If you think about purpose and think about the word passion, think about the things that you're passionate about, and then think about the things that come natural to you as well. Because not only do I believe that every one of us has purpose, I believe that we all have been gifted, we've been crafted, we've been engineered, we've been given talents, we've been given abilities, our personalities. All those things are indications of what our purpose is. Because like I said before, if you want to create a microphone, you have in your mind what you want that microphone to do. And so you're going to create the microphone with that end in mind. I want this microphone to amplify people's voices. So that's going to determine the elements, the equipment that you use to create that microphone. And I believe it's the same with us. Our purpose is being ordained. And we are created with the gifts, the natural tendencies, the natural abilities, the personality that fits into that purpose. So when you look at your life and you think about the things that naturally get your juices flowing, the things that maybe upset you, that you see in the world and it upsets you, the things that grab your interest, those are all indications of your purpose. But if purpose is too big a word, too heavy a word for you, just think about passion. What are the things that you're passionate about? We all have things that we're passionate about. But the bottom line is there has to be a bigger reason, okay? There has to be a bigger reason why you do what you do beyond somebody else is doing it or somebody told me to do it. Let me share the story with you. So our youngest son is 17, Derek, and before he did his GCSEs, we talked about what he would study at uni. Derek, all my boys are creative actually, but Derek is extremely creative. He loves to draw, he loves to create stuff. And so he thought about studying arts in uni. And we talked about it, we thought about it, and in the end he decided, no, actually I don't think I want to study art, because art is so subjective, and when you put it in too much of a formal setting, your creativity can get stifled, because your art teacher can say to you, oh, I don't think that's good. Have you ever been to an art gallery? And you wonder, what in heaven's name is that doing there? So art is so subjective, and he felt, that might actually stifle his creativity rather than allow him to express it fully. So we thought, okay, what else can you do? So we thought, okay, architecture, because architecture is still about creating, isn't it? But in a different way. So we thought, okay, he said, okay, I'll do architecture. And then recently they called them back from lockdown to school to mainly to help them get their application for their UCAS application ready. So it was to help them prepare their application to get into uni. And so we were talking to them about crafting their personal statement. And the teacher who was helping them out said, okay, your personal statement has to express and identify why you want to do the course that you've chosen to do. So at dinner table, he made a big announcement actually. So mom and dad, I'm not going to do architecture anymore. And we said, why not? He said, well, in school today, we were asked to prepare our personal statements, and in the statement to say why we want to study the course that we're going to study at uni. And I could not think of any reason why I wanted to study architecture. And he said, so I'm going to do not interior design, I'm going to do animation instead. And I thought, wow, that is awesome. That is awesome that at 17, he understood the power of why. He understood the importance of having a why, a reason within yourself why you're doing something. And he just felt the fact that mom and dad think architecture is a good idea, it's not good enough. And I'm okay with that. And so he's chosen to do animation, and all of a sudden, he's enthused, he's doing research himself, he's getting his portfolio together. And to be fair, animation, to be honest, sits more in line with his personality and his creative style than architecture, if I'm going to be honest. So it just tells you that the why is so important. And before I bring Michelle on, I'm going to share with us five reasons why we have to have a strong why. Okay, but I'm just laying the foundation and telling us in the first place that we all have a purpose and we all have values. What are your values? Your values are the things that mean something to you, the things that are important to you. They're the standards that you hold yourself to, even when there's nobody there. So your purpose and your values will determine your why. It should anyway determine your why you do what you do. So moving on to the benefits of a strong why. Number one, purpose pulls and compels. Your why pulls you and compels you. It's almost like you have no choice. Sometimes I'm doing stuff and I'm really tired, and I ask myself that question, why do you put yourself through this? Why do you do the things you do? And I have to come up with an answer. You know what? If I don't have an answer, if I don't know why, if I can't come up with a strong why, if I can't come up with a strong why I'm putting myself through this, I'm going to give up. So purpose and your purpose compels you, and it drives you, and it gets you to stay creative, and it keeps you motivated when you're tired, when it seems like things are not going as fast or as quickly as you want. Having a strong why will keep you motivated. It will keep you going. I don't know if you've read this book, Man's Search for Meaning, by Viktor Franklin. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Well, I'll definitely encourage you to read that book. Let me read a quote from that book, Man's Search for Meaning. It says, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. He who has a why to live for can bear with almost any how. That is awesome, isn't it? Now, before I turned 50, I wrote my first book, The Dreamer. Can you see it? Success Principles to Move You from Dreamer to Achiever. And I want to read something from that book to you, okay? So this is on a chapter that I've titled The Power of Persistence. I said sometimes people give up on something because they did not really have a heart for what they were doing in the first place. If you have a real heart and passion for what you do, it will help keep you motivated and persistent in the face of discouragement. I believe the why is more important than the what. Why are you running the homeless project? If it's simply because you want an OBE, when the going gets tough, you will get going into something else you think will be easier. However, if the desire of your heart is really to help the homeless, the passion will keep you forging ahead even during the tough times. And that is absolutely true. So your why will give you purpose. Your why will pull you, and it will compel you, and it will keep you motivated. Actually, you can get that book from my website. Okay, you can get that book from my website. A powerful book, extremely important. I've shared with some of you how this book actually inspired me to step into what I'm doing now, coaching and training. I wrote this book and I said to myself, if you believe half the things you've written in this book, you need to get going. So I know it will really inspire you. Now, like I said, I'm a person of faith, and I do share some elements of my faith in the book because I wouldn't be authentic or real to myself if I didn't. I share about how my faith has shaped my life and brought me to where I am today. But you don't have to be a person of faith to glean from the principles in this book. It will really help you. So, number 2, having a strong why will help you see what others do not see. Vision is a powerful thing. And having a strong why will help you see things that other people do not see. Let me paint the scenario for you. So 2 men working in a building site. They're both laying bricks. You ask one person, what are you doing? And he says, oh, I'm just putting one brick on top of the other. One brick on top of the other. And you ask the other person, what are you doing? And he says, I'm building the most magnificent hotel you ever saw. They're both doing the exact same thing. But one person has a clear vision of what his action is going to result into, and one person doesn't. One person knows his why, and the other doesn't. So your why will give you vision, and without vision, it's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy not to be focused. Also, if you work in a team, having a clear vision for the team that they buy into is going to help your team be more committed and dedicated to the work. You know, if you're a leader out there, some leaders, they wonder why their team members are not engaged. Maybe you just haven't painted that picture, the vision. You haven't painted it clearly for them. They don't know why you do what you do as a company. They see the what, they see what you're doing, but they don't know why you do it. So the why is extremely important, not just for you as an individual, but as a business owner, for your team. Very, very, very important. Number 3, you make decisions quicker if you have a strong why. Because you see, for me, purpose is the filter through which I live my life. Okay, so my purpose and my values is the filter through which I make decisions, is the filter through which I live my life. So if I have a decision to make, I don't dilly-dally, I just ask myself, okay, is this in line with my purpose? If it's not, it doesn't matter how enticing it looks, it doesn't matter how beautiful it looks, it's not in line with my purpose, it's not for me. You see, people who don't have a strong sense of why are the ones who today they're doing this thing, tomorrow they're doing something else, tomorrow they jumped onto something else because they don't know their why. So your why will help you make decisions quickly, and when the opportunities come, because opportunities do come, you won't miss out because you're dithering and you're not able to make the decision quick enough to take advantage of that opportunity. So that is another thing that having a strong why will do for you. It will help you eliminate things that do not align with your purpose and your values. Number 4, and this is a powerful one, having a strong why attracts resources. Trust me. You see, there's a movie we watched a long time ago. Some of you may have seen it. It says, build it and they will come. Build it and they will come. Usually the problem is not provision. The problem is a lack of vision. If you have a vision and you have a purpose, the provision will come. The provision will come. Just look around our world. Just look around movements, even movements that have started. Sometimes those movements are not always wholesome. They're not always good. But just because you have someone who is passionate about it, someone who is driven by their why, they attract the resources. They attract people who follow them. They attract people who follow them. People want to see that you're passionate about what you do. People want to see that you're not just doing it because it's just something to do. And you will definitely attract the provision. You will attract the finances, and you will attract the people that will help you bring that vision to fruition if you have a strong why. And number 5, finally, it keeps you focused. It keeps you focused. There's something one of my mentors calls SOS, Shiny Object Syndrome. Shiny Object Syndrome. Oh, today they say, oh, you know what? The in thing now is petroleum. Everybody's doing petroleum and it's fantastic. It's fast moving. You know, you can quickly make money from it, and you jump into petroleum. Tomorrow it's motivational speaking. Everybody's a motivational speaker. Oh, I'll go be a motivational speaker. The day after is IT. Oh, IT consultants. I'll go be an IT consultant. Shiny Object Syndrome. You're here, there, and everywhere. You're not focused. But having a strong why will keep you focused. It will keep you grounded. It will keep you centered. So when these shiny objects, these seemingly things that are going to be better than what you're doing show up, you know, okay, it might be shiny, but it's not for me. All that glitters is not gold. And it gives you, how do I put this? It gives you a strong and more meaningful definition of success, because everybody has their own definition of success. And for a lot of people, unfortunately, success means fame, success means glamorous, success means accolade from people. But if you have a strong why, your definition of success is going to be tied to your why, irrespective of whether people recognize you or not. Yeah? So for me, my definition of success is fulfilling my purpose and helping others do the same. And what is my purpose? My purpose is empowering people to fulfill their purpose. You see? So as long as I'm doing that, I'm successful. I might not have a house on the hill. I might not have a mansion. I might not be a household name, but I am absolutely successful. So I am fulfilled. I am content. I am happy. I am flourishing. And that's what a strong why will do for you. You won't feel like, you won't need to compare yourself with somebody else who's doing what they're doing, and you're thinking, oh, I'm not successful because I'm not like that. No, you're successful as long as you're fulfilling your why. So I hope that's helped you. So let me just recap. So having a strong why will pull you and compel you and keep you motivated. It will keep you going when the going gets tough. Number 2, it will help you see what others do not see. You know, I always say not everybody has to believe in your dream. It's your dream. So it will help you see what others cannot see. Number 3, it will help you make decisions quicker and faster. Number 4, it attracts resources. And number 5, it keeps you focused.